Hey, what's going on? It's Tim from Hot Rods Fishing. I'm here today in my house. Just want to give you a quick preview and review on the Cortex by Vesper. I was lucky enough to get this display from the Harbor Chandler, and it does have limited functionality, but I'm pretty happy with it, and let me tell you why. Vesper Cortex. It's a VHF, but it's more than that. It's an all-in-one VHF, AIS monitoring system, Wi-Fi, cellular, you can hook up NEMA 2000, NEMA 183, a whole bunch of sensors to it. This thing is unbelievable what it can do. So just let me tell you a little bit about the VHF to get started. This is your handset. You can get it either in wireless or wired. We do recommend that you do get a wired one that is close to your station so you always know where it is, just in case you get into trouble. It's pretty rugged. I have to say, when I am demoing it at the store, I do drop it quite often, and it's really held up to the abuse. Has a distress button on the back. Very nice. I can't see you ever hitting it accidentally. You actually have to lift it up and stick your finger in there. So it'll hold it for 5 seconds to send off your DSC. You know, it takes a little bit, so I don't think the kids would really get into it, but still a really nice setup. We do have the button on the side for your VHF to push it. That will start your transmitting. Do have a volume on the left, or sorry, on the right hand side of the handset. I don't really know how much I would use that. I do prefer it would be in the menu, might be nicer. And the power button. The power button is sunk in a little bit so you won't hit it accidentally with your finger. The grip is really nice, sits really well in your hand. Touchscreen, dial, only 6 buttons, super simple. So speakers in the back and mic in the front. Like I say, the thing is simple and rugged and feels really nice in your hand. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a quick little presentation on the handset itself through the VHF functionality of it. So it does have a VHF button, will automatically put you into the VHF screen. You can also push the button on the top of the menu and go down to your VHF screen. Dial's really nice just to move around and select your channel that you want. What I really like too is the presets on here. Just hold down one of the presets and you can set the channel to 21, and now your presets are on the bottom. You can quickly go to either anyone you want and quickly go through that. That's a really nice feature. Alarms are on the top, so you can turn on or off your alarms or silence them all for 5 minutes. Now with the Cortex you can set up 6 different handsets. You can have either wired, which would just go simply to a power source anywhere in your boat, or wireless, which would sit into a charging dock. It's hard to say what I would put on my boat. I do like the wire, that way I'm not going to lose it. Where I just think the wireless would be like my cell phone, I'm always looking for it wherever it might be. But high-low I find is not as easy to get to as I would like. It's simply in the settings, so it's not really that far to go to turn it on to higher-low. I don't know if I wish there was a button. Not really sure what the DW is for. Try to figure that out, still haven't figured it out. But other than that, the simplicity of it is just awesome. Now I'm going to show you the AIS. This thing is Class B AIS, so it does receive as well as transmit AIS, which is a really nice feature. They do have an app which is called the Cortex Onboard, and man, I just love it. So using the iPad, you can easily see, zoom in, zoom out. You can see the dimensions and the boats that are in the vicinity. Boats that are yellow or orange would be the ones that are in direct danger of you, and the red would be immediate danger. You can easily click on the boat, it'll show you what path you're going to cross off. Now if we go over to the handset and we go into our plotter, we're going to have the same screen. Now with the plotter, because it has VHF and DSC, we can simply click on a boat, click on the boat again, And then you can see we have menus where we can call, we can find, we can remove, and we can avoid. So the reason remove is there is because I did add this boat to my favorites. This is just a display, so this boat is always in avoidance. So simply pressing the call button will bring it up, and we can switch the channel that we want to call in. So any of the channels that are boat to boat would be available just by choosing, say, channel 9, hit OK. It's going to tell me that I'm phoning, hit call, and now what it's going to do is it's going to call their MMSI number. Going to alert them on their, well, if they have a Cortex, on their Cortex, but if not, it would alert them on their VHF that, hey, this guy's trying to get a hold of you for some reason. Would you like to respond on channel 9 now? Once that happens, then you can simply talk to the boat. I can't say that is an awesome feature. Resend and call if you like, and you can just go back to the beginning. Now, the other thing I really like with this is there is markers. So you can easily tell where a marker is and what marker it is. So here we got a fueling wharf. You could simply click on it. It would give you a little bit of reference of what the wharf is and what it's doing. That's awesome. Now, the thing I don't really care for, and it's really hard to see, is on the plotter of the actual handset. Those markers are hard to see. They're really dimmed down. Really stand out on the iPad, and the Android, they're a little dim as well, more like the handset. That's something I would like to see, either an option that you can make certain things more visible. You can tell that the boats that aren't in any kind of danger to me, they're grayed out a little bit. They're still easy to see on either the handset or the iPad or the Android. The other feature that I like, and I think this just came out with an update, is that you can tell it's a sailboat because it has a little sail. You can also click on it and it will tell you that most is sailing, so pretty easy to say. Tell you it's 1.1 nautical miles away. It's just awesome. You can tell if it's a cargo ship. You can pretty much see what's going on around you. I can see this being hugely beneficial in waters that, there's lots of ships and stuff going around, especially on the west coast here where, we're always fishing amongst freighters and stuff like that. It would alert you and tell you that, hey, boat's in danger. So collision avoidance. Wow, this thing is so cool. So here it shows me my boat as well as a boat that may be getting involved in my space. Still showing it's 3 nautical miles away. But just down here, for reference, we can go and we can actually just turn the boat to see where we can avoid the boat and where we will hit the boat. It's 3 nautical miles, so it's going to take him a bit to get to me. But at least I don't have to worry about him. If I'm fishing or anything like that, I can tell, like, hey, I'm going to avoid this guy. It's also very easy to do on the handset. No problem at all. And I found the same with the Android. It's so visual. You can zoom in, zoom out. This thing is great. Our bearings are up there, so we know which way we're going. Yeah, I just can't say more. This collision avoidance is really cool. Right, let's just back it up a little bit. And let's go back to the main menu, and we have a directory. Now, in the directory, it shows us so many cool things. So it shows us high-risk targets, people that are directly coming at us. I can see that the Royale is red still, and Mimosa, he's orange, so potential danger. Everyone else is great, don't have to worry about them yet, but list everybody. We can just click on light and fast, click on them down here. We can add them to our favorites. We can check to see avoidance, although being gray, we don't really have to worry about them. And we can find him wherever, so if we add them to our favorites, and then we click on find, it'll automatically show us where he is. Now you can zoom out. I know it was 20 nautical miles earlier, but now it seems that we can go pretty far to 60 nautical miles. Now, I'm guessing that AIS is only going to be able to go as far as your antenna and your equipment anyway, so you may not be able to get stuff out to 60 nautical miles, but hey, it's available, it's there. Alright, so let's go with instrument cluster. So, not really sure how this works. It is just a demo model, so obviously I need sensors hooked up. Being NEMA 183 or NEMA 2000, those sensors are going to be really easy to hook up and just so easy to use. So I haven't had a chance really to find out how to add them and how much I can change this menu. It is very easy to get to. Like I say, there's, they've really made it simple, just leaving 7 items on the menu, so it's not clustered, very easy to get to, very fast. But you go to your instruments. This one's all set just for depth, but I do like on the iPad now how I can see depth, water temperature, speed and stuff. Again, I obviously have to have the sensor set up for this to work. It wouldn't just be something automatically plug and play, but once you plug it into all the wires and stuff like that, it would become available. Like I say, I would really love to see this in action on a real working unit. It's unbelievable what this will do for our sailboaters and bigger boats and stuff like that. Fishing, I don't think it's going to do a lot for me in that kind of circumstance, but man, nice to have, nice to play with. You gotta love your toys. All right, another cool thing, anchor watch. Now, I don't do a lot of anchoring myself, but if I did, it scares the hell out of me. I hate thinking that I may have drifted off my anchor, or is my boat still on anchor? Am I going to run into other boats? It's something that just gets my stress going. So I think it's something that's probably stopped me from doing a lot of that. So with the anchor watch, you can easily set your anchor, set your distance, set your alarms, go to sleep, whatever you want to do, and alarm will go off if your boat goes out of the radius of your anchor. Be able to find out if your anchor's dragging. If you're at home or on the beach, you can still have your cell phone and tell, has your boat moved off anchor? Is it sliding? Is it moving out of the GPS coordinates that it was set at? What a great feature. These guys have really thought of everything when they're doing this, and I just can't say anything else. Like, that feature alone is a great thing to have when you're out there. Okay, so let's talk about the Cortex box itself. So the Cortex box, look at it, it's beautiful. The thing's not too big, it's not hot at all. I've had it running for about 4 or 5 hours now, and it's not working a lot because it is just a demo, but it has minimum draw, so it's not going to draw a lot of power. There is no video that you can hook up to it, which would draw a lot of power. Also, use a lot of cellular data, which that's just the way that the Vesper will transmit if you're off the boat. Say you're on the beach or you're at home and you want to look at your boat to see if any sensors, alarms or anything have gone off, it does use cellular. Now with that cellular, there is a plan, so you can get it without a plan, and that would give you 2 updates on your boat a day, every 12 hours. If you do get a plan, then you can monitor your boat whenever you want. I haven't got through the plans very much, but they do seem very reasonable for what they offer, and it is what it is, and our boats are pretty important to us, and just having that peace of mind that your boat is safe where it is a great thing to have. So on the bottom here, we do have a NEMA 2000. I don't know why everything doesn't come with NEMA 2000 nowadays. It's the easiest way to connect things, great data transfer and stuff like that. We do have a connection for sensors as well. Sensors like NEMA 183, which will convert not directly over to NEMA 2000, but will talk with it very well and be able to output it through NEMA 2000 or through Wi-Fi. Other sensors you can hook up, bilge, water levels, door sensors, hatch sensors. It's just really endless, really, like with whatever you can hook up, fridges, anything. Through the sensors, it's super simple and so smart of them to do. The one on the other side here at the far end, that is for alarms, is for your speaker. So you do have in your handset, you do have the alarm. You can turn it on or off whenever you want. And it is very loud. I've had to go off in the store a few times. Has scared a few customers. Also had the man overboard go off, and you know, it does yell man overboard kind of thing. Really gets people to turn their heads. So it's pretty loud, just a handset itself. But I can see on bigger boats, if you only had one handset or two, and you're on the back of the boat or something like that, it would be nice to have an external speaker or siren or something. So that's really cool. On the back, it's going to be hard to see because I'm not going to show you, but you can hook a VHF antenna in. So it's got the VHF. Also has a built-in splitter, which is great for the VHF. So you have VHF in, and then you have a VHF out, so you can go to an additional VHF. Some people like having two VHS on board. I know a lot of the charter boats have them, where they have their special channels on one and just the regular channels on another. Sailboaters always like to have a contingency plan, so they always like to have a backup. I can't see myself using it as you know, just a 21-foot boat, fishing, you know, fairly close to shore, 20 miles at the most kind of thing. Having a backup, it's just an extra piece of equipment on my boat. Power's on the back. So the other three ports on the back are your GPS out, your Wi-Fi out, and then there's the cloud. I'm thinking the cloud is more cellular. I'm not really defined on that to see how, like, exactly what it is, but I know they did tell me that it does have a cellular antenna, and I'm going to guess that that's probably how it works, is through the cloud. All right, what don't I like about this thing? A couple things. Nothing big, but just little things. I would love to see a map overlay, even if it's just a base map, just so if I quickly look, I can see, yes, there's a boat over there right beside that island. Just give me a little bit of reference for depth and perspective. I know 5 miles kind of thing, am I need to be concerned? Like, it's pretty far, and when you can associate it with land, it just gives you that little perspective of, hey, I don't have to really be too concerned about this. That boat is way away. I would like to see, what else? I'd like to see a VHF button added to the app. So whether it be on the iPad or your cell phone, it'd be nice to just have that second handset. Then you don't need the wireless one that you're going to worry about losing. You always kind of have it with you. If you're just doing whatever, then you have that handset and you can talk through it. It's something that's been added to other VHFs. The ICOM now has one out. Because this thing is software driven, I think it'd be easy for them to add, and I'm hoping they'll add it fairly soon. All right, another thing that I'm kind of a little worried about, again, I'd like to see this fixed by Vesper because the whole thing is so well built, is on the end where you plug in your antenna, it kind of goes to a stub, and then where the wires go in, I can actually see the wires now just because it's moved over so much. I would love to see it tapered so the wires would never worry about moving out. Now the other thing is the length of the cord. I could put a zap strap in a cord just for my boat if this thing was ever to fall. You know, that's a good chunk of cord, it's going to hit the ground. I would like to see it a little shorter. But that's just me nitpicking. Like I say, I'm sure I could just put a zap strap in there and set it for my boat so when it fell, it didn't smack the ground. Because I do drop this kind of stuff all the time when I'm out there fishing and a fish hits and I'm talking to someone, everything I just let go of. While I was setting this thing up, it had an update, which was really cool. Updated over my phone, right through the app. So as soon as I linked up the app to the Cortex, it said it needed an update. I said, go ahead and do it. Now, saying that, it was very nice to see, but there was very little telling me that it was updating. Every once in a while I could see something come up on the handset that said that it is updating and not to turn it off. But there was no bar or anything climbing up to tell me like how long of an update it was going to be or how long it would take. It just says up to 10 minutes. I would like to see something so I know not to turn it off. Is it finished updating? Is it updating? The other thing is there was no details on the update. Usually when something updates, I really want to know what it is that they updated. I believe there's a couple things, like I was saying, instead of going to 20 nautical miles, now you can zoom out to 60 nautical miles. I think they added that. And the other thing I think they added, which I didn't notice before, is the little sails on the sailboats, so you can tell it's a sailboat. I think they added that, but I'm not sure. So anyways, this is the Vesper Cortex. Would I get it? Yes, I would. This thing is awesome. I can't wait to see it in action. I'm hoping that someone that I know gets it, or Cortex lends me a real one that I can actually take out on the boat and hook it up and see how it works exactly. They've been very good directly through email. They respond very quickly and they seem really on top of everything that they're doing. I really love this box and I can't wait to see more from them. Anyways, thanks for joining me. This is Tim from Hot Rods, and please subscribe. If you want to see more videos, let me know what you want to see and I'll do as much posting as I can. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks, guys.